Alright, so Amy asked me to make some tutorials for the songs that we're doing for church. And so for this one, Give Me Jesus, it's pretty tough. So I'm going to try to quickly run through everything because most of it's pretty self-explanatory, but it is a pretty difficult song overall. So at first, the intro is just big hits on beat 1, and then what I'm doing is open hi-hat on 2 and 4. So I'm kind of doing 16th notes, but just accenting 2 and 4. So it sounds like this. And then at the end there, I'm kind of cymbaling the hats, and then closing it on 1. And then that's pretty much it. And then the verse starts right after and then you just keep time on the ride, which sounds like this. So that goes all the way through the verse, and then at the pre-chorus, you kind of lead into the quarter note feel with rattling the hats again. So let's say it's the end of the chorus, end of the verse. Sorry. Eighth notes, accenting the downbeat on the hi-hat, so it's with the snare just on the quarter note. So, and that's throughout the pre-chorus until you fill into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever kind of fill into the downbeat of the chorus. So real quick, I'll play through the verse and the pre-chorus, and then I'll stop on the hit at the beginning of the chorus. Pretty simplified there. I do a little bit more, but for the sake of time and just as like a base level how to play the song, I'll keep it simple and not have to break down fills too much. Like, you can do whatever you want there as long as it's smooth. So the chorus starts, and it's like before with big hits on 1, except this time it's actually every other beat 1. So instead of it going like bum, ba, it's like this. I messed up that fill there, but it's okay. So like before, you're accenting the off beats, or beats 2 and 4, on the hi-hat throughout that, just to kind of keep them in time, and it just sounds cooler than just but anyways, there's that, and then there's a fill that goes boom. So I'll just kind of try and do a simple version of that just as a base level. like I said before. So, chorus. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And if you can do 16th notes into the, like this, or something like that, then that'd be cool. But if not, then just simplify it and make it sound smooth. But anyways, the tom groove for the chorus is like every other CCM tom groove, just sped up. So you're going to have 4 on the floor, which is just all quarter notes with your foot. So the whole time your foot's just doing this. So you don't have to worry about accentuating hits or accenting hits rather on the cymbals, because it all happens in the tom groove with the 4 on the floor. The 4 on the floor is not the hits, but the toms are. So if this is the quarter note pulse, the way the tom groove feels is like this. Boom, 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 ba-doo, ka, ba-doo, 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 boom. And that's the same throughout like the entire song, throughout the choruses and the A's of the whole song. So I'll slow that down so you can kind of see what's going on. And the A's, and then just went into the second verse, but that was all like slowed down. So, like I said, it's just a CCM feel. It's just. And I came up with that little fill to go into the A's. You don't have to do that. You can just kind of fill into it like this, maybe. As long as it's smooth. And that's the key, is smooth and it sounding clean. So the only change that happens from the chorus to the A's, or the tag, is I'm moving, instead of hitting the snare with both hands, I'm moving my left one to the hi-hat with it open. So instead of, I should have had that, but instead of, it goes like this instead. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. It just adds some more sound for dynamics. And if you want later on, you can accent with the cymbals instead of the hi-hats, but I would say not till like after the second verse or the last chorus of the song or something. So anyways, going into the second chorus, it kind of sounds like this. So I'll start from the top of the chorus and then go all the way into the second verse. because now there's a little bit of weight under it because the song's already been going and the feel has already been like the momentum of the song, the dynamics have already been taken up, so you don't want to take it too far down. So that's why you want to add 4 on the floor now. And I just do that with a closed hi-hat. It's just easier to go into the pre-chorus from there. So we start the second verse. It builds, it doesn't build, it goes down. I like to kind of do this. Is basically what I'm doing from the tag. So you can go back and kind of watch how I do that, but I'm going to move on to the second verse, which is the same as the first. You're just adding 4 on the floor and you moved over to the closed hi-hat. So this is what it sounds like. Pre-chorus and the first part of the chorus where it's "Give Me Jesus." It goes into like this really cool halftime rock feel, which I love a lot. You can kind of get creative with that. But yeah, so the second verse is just 4 on the floor with 8th notes on the hi-hat, and then the pre-chorus is just like before. In the recording, and I like to do a little bit more with my foot, but for the sake of learning purposes, I'll just keep it simple, and you can add to it what you want from there. But the pre-chorus is basically the same as the first one in the first verse, but the only difference is going into the chorus. You want to do a fill on the snare, just to kind of bring in the feel and be able to move to the open hi-hat. So let's go from the pre-chorus and then move into the chorus with the kind of halftime feel. So that's where the drummer in the recording kind of does some really crazy stuff. I think he does like 6 lits or something, and it's terrible. So just kind of do whatever you want there. But make sure you've got that halftime feel just for the little bit of a different kind of dynamic that's added to the song. And then after that, it just goes right back into the chorus tom groove and then the tag tom groove as before. So let's start from the chorus. That was basically chorus 2 through the tag. All right, yeah. So it's chorus 2 through the tag, and hopefully you've kind of picked up on that a little bit. If not, you can go back and watch it. So I'm going to move on to the bridge, and in the A's, you want to die down at the end of them going into the bridge. You can do that kind of however you want, but what I like to do is descend on the toms with an open hi-hat, so it's like, and that's the downbeat of the first interlude, because they go through the interlude twice. I don't know if we're going to be doing that, but let's just say yes for now. Throughout the interlude, after you die down, it's just time. It's time on the ride, just like other parts in the song, like verse 1. And you do that through the whole interlude, and then when the bridge starts, you want to cymbal into the downbeat of the bridge, but do not hit with the kick. So it just still sounds light, because you don't want to bring in the punch just yet. So dying down out of the A's, I'll move into the interlude and then play all the way through the bridge. So that's the bridge. It's super easy. The only thing that may come a little bit difficult is there's a couple things, which is going to be the fill going into the bigger build feel, and then the fill that goes right up into the chorus, because we're skipping the interlude between the bridge and the chorus. We're just going straight in. So what I did in the build feel is just when they're in the recording, when they're like, hear the roar, or whatever. I don't know exactly what he says. It's kind of muffled. But it's basically just 4 on the floor and 4 with your hands too. I kind of do 8s with this, but you want to make the cymbals open up some more, and then you're going to have quarter notes on the hi-hat with your left hand. So it's just. That should be pretty self-explanatory. It's just going from quarter notes to 8th notes with everything. Starting soft with, starting soft and then getting louder and stronger, and then you do a fill going into the chorus, and then it's like, and then after that it's the same as everything else ever. So I'll do the build again. And then from there, it's just like going into the chorus before, after verse 1, where it's boom, and then offbeats on the hi-hat, and then hits again, and then the tom grooves. So I'll go ahead and play through that. chorus twice, and then that's the end of the song. We're not going into the A's again, but what happens is in the recording they do the chorus instead of just once, and then the tag, they do the chorus twice, and then end, is what we're doing. So it's chorus twice, and then it ends on there is only one for me. And so you kind of just want to listen to the vocals and maybe fill into that. It's a weird spot in the song, but listening to it enough and listening to the singers do it enough, I'm pretty sure they do it on the part tracks, listening to that over and over, it should kind of put that in your brain, and it should help a little bit. But hopefully that helps you learn the song. I learned a lot of this from watching guys at IBC play this song, because we've done this several times for choir, and I watched the praise drummer play it, and I listened to him, and I kind of stole some things that he did, which is what I've done for half the songs here. I've implemented what he's done so many times, but but yeah, hopefully that helps. That's the gist of it, and I'm not going to play through the whole thing again because it's a demonstration video, so go ahead and watch that again if you don't mind, and then just kind of see how everything kind of fits together. So yeah.